Is Misty going to be here tonight?
Who?
Misty?
No, she took the day off, medical. He was in here all day.
Oh, was he?
He was here all day
I'm
working on
not a
that.
sweet eater.
Good.
I'm not either.
I never have been.
And that's what you get.
I always give me a free
Okay, we're on record.
Okay.
Thank you. We can
I turned
start.
it on and vibrate, couldn't
I don't
find
have a
it.
problem with that.
The prayer first? Is that what-
I'm going to ask when, after we're going to do that, but I'm going to ask when we're going to put it on the agenda. Okay, I'll call the meeting to order for February 25th, 2019. Roll call, please.
Timmons?
Here.
David? Sorry. Mike?
Here.
Becky?
Here.
Lowell?
Yes, I'm here.
Craig?
Here.
All in attendance?
Very good. Please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I probably would have excused you from standing. The condition that you're in.
Yeah,
Very good. Okay, that leads us into the approval. In your packages, you have before you, or got email, you had the minutes from a special meeting on January 17th that we held. I would like a motion to approve those minutes.
Yes,
A second, please.
I'll second.
Thank you. Vote.
David?
Yes.
Mike?
yes,
Becky?
Yes.
Lowell?
yes,
Craig?
yes,
And you have the minutes from the council meeting we had on January 28th, 2019. I need a motion to approve those minutes.
I'll give you the motion.
Thank you. A second.
Second?
Thank you. Vote.
David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Lowell?
Yes,
Craig?
yes,
And you also have the minutes from a finance work session on
Yes.
February 5th. I need a motion
I'll
to...
give you that.
Thank you. A second.
I'll second.
Thank you. Vote.
David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Lowell?
Yes,
Craig?
yes,
And you have the minutes from a financial work session you had on February 6th.
I'll give you the motion.
Thank you. A second.
Second?
Thank you. Vote.
David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Lowell?
Yes,
Craig?
yes,
And you have the minutes from the council meeting we had on February 11th. I need a motion to approve those minutes.
I'll give you the motion.
Thank you. A second.
Second.
Thank
Who
you.
wants to second? Mike?
Second.
Okay.
Vote.
Both said at the same time. David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Lowell?
Yes,
Craig?
yes,
And you have the minutes from a special council meeting we held on February 19th.
give you the motion.
Thank you. A second.
Second?
Second.
Thank you. Vote.
Okay. David?
Yeah.
Mike?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Lowell?
Yes,
Craig?
yes,
And that was Becky that carried that motion. Did you say it first, or did you want Craig?
I don't care.
That leads us into the mayor's report. First of all, I would like to... What?
I'm just listening to you.
Welcome the two new members, Craig Hicks and Mike Bennett. They've been introducing themselves to the procedure and the business in the town. We are going to fill the last seat probably later this week or next week. We have several applicants that we've interviewed, and when council comes to a consensus on the one person they feel that they, I guess, are satisfied with, we'll be voting on it. We'll have a meeting and vote on it.
If you have it on Friday, I'm out of the picture. I
Okay,
can't be here on Friday.
okay. Next,
I could be in the morning, but I can't be after 11:30
okay.
that night.
Another item on my notes here. I agreed to have prayer before council meetings. It didn't go over very well, but I'm determined to have prayer at the opening of every council meeting for 2019. I would like council suggestion. When exactly do you want the prayer?
Being the pro temp, I love to have it before we have the meeting.
Before we have the meeting?
Yes, sir.
So,
It doesn't make any difference to me,
Okay.
but if it's going to be part of our minutes, I would like to have it recorded in the minutes. I mean, if we're going to do it.
Yeah, so if it's before the meeting,
Yeah. Would you like to have it in before, during the meeting then? Okay.
And if they can't do it, some of us
Okay.
can do it.
Okay.
well,
I'd like one of us could do it, yeah.
David has already agreed if we don't have a minister,
I can do it.
or you,
Yeah.
yes, I know. So we'll have it,
At your call.
Yeah.
Let's leave it that way. I don't mind.
okay. Okay, after the meeting is called to order, we'll have prayer.
Okay.
Do you want to have a prayer this evening?
I could lead it tonight. if you
And
need.
you'll stand and I'm gonna stay right here.
I'm going to stay right here too.
Lord, thank you for what you do for this village. Give us the wisdom tonight, Lord, to make the right decisions and guide this village and help the people in this village as you do, with everyone you do, with your loving arms. And be with our mayor tonight as he leads us and guides us and help us through these times and all the help. In Jesus' wonderful name, amen.
Amen. Thank you very much.
Sometimes when we get to doing things and get in trouble as a council member, we might have to have it to get out of here so we have a safe journey home.
We'll mention it to the next.
Yeah.
no, during the finance.
Okay, during
I would say during
finance,
finance
okay.
report.
I don't have anything else.
No.
Okay, that does my report. President Pro Tem, David Timmons.
My report tonight, about everybody in the village now has what they call a smart meter now. And that's going to eliminate the reader coming into your yard, and which will make it a little bit easier for them. And I think it's going to be good for the village. And they put mine in, and it only takes them about 1 minute, but I think it's going to make a difference. And also, I want to report, I've had some people tell me, and maybe Mr. Krabs probably heard about, some senior citizens in the village are getting calls now saying that they won $500, but they have to send in 25 with their bank account number. It's nothing but a fraud, so I just want to get that word out to everybody.
I thought it was a good fun.
And that's all I have for tonight, sir.
Thank you. That there's all sorts of scams going around. I know this is not.
I just give it.
I got a phone call. I normally hear about them. I never get them. I got one this last week. Some guy called me up and told me that he got my license plate number. I don't know how he got my name, phone number, but he got my license plate number, and I had sideswiped his car. And if I didn't give him $500, he was going to call the cops. And of course, I'm confused. I know I didn't hit anybody, but he's got my name and he's got my phone number. And I said, "What kind of a mark did I leave on your car?" He said, "Well, it's black paint from your car." I said, I drive a white car. Sorry, and I hung up on him. So he called me back, started using profanity, said that I was the guy that sideswiped his car. So I dished a little bit back to him, and he hung up. And I
There's all kinds out there, anyway.
yeah, all
We
kinds
just
of
gotta be
scams.
aware.
We got to be careful. Even small community like ours.
But I did back into a guy's personal
Oh, well,
car
you was the guy.
and broke the taillight. There wasn't a mark on my truck. And I turned it in, and I don't think I broke that taillight.
Well,
But I
they give
did
you
hit.
that?
Huh?
Did they come back and you had to pay for it and stuff?
I turned it into my insurance, left my name and address, and my insurance called me to get the verification of it, and I still don't think yes, somebody had, but
Okay.
I don't think the way my truck hit it, that broke that taillight, but I paid for it.
okay. Now that leads us into public comments. Anybody out there got a comment? Yes.
Did you write on the book though? 'Cause
Did you write your name and that? Okay. Stand up, please, and give us your name.
Yes. What it is, my name is Mike Steves. I'm wondering about the sheriff department. Sometimes I go around nights, I don't see a sheriff nowhere in this town. And there's so much drug dealing going over in the apartment complexes, it's unreal. I sit there and watch them come in, 5 minutes, they get your drugs and they leave. And there's nothing being done. It's getting out of hand over there.
Where'd you say it was?
Top of apartments, drug dealing.
Now, are you?
I watch all the vehicles come in and out of there.
How do you know they're drug dealing, Mike?
Well, some of the people ended up buying them. They stopped my house and I paid for some drugs. And I said, I don't have them, I don't go around them.
Are you reporting those incidences to the sheriff's department, like calling the 852-1212 number?
I called, I even sat there one night at 1 o'clock in the morning, watch a guy change license plates numbers off a red, put on a red Jeep, off a gray Jeep. I called the sheriff's department. I never did see him come out there.
Well, that's not to say they wasn't there. You just didn't see them.
They weren't.
Okay.
But that's like I said, I can't sleep at nights. I sit out, I drive sometimes, and I just sit at home. And I sit there and watch everything go on.
Well, I know the officers personally that oversee our community, and they've never failed to not react or respond to anything I've ever asked them. Now, if there's drug dealing, I mean, there's a proper procedure for reporting that kind of stuff. I would suggest, going into the sheriff's office.
I said, when I talked to Jack about it, he said, we have license plate numbers, what time to come in. That was at the Whitehall Police Department. He's going undercover approach and the security detective agent.
Mm-hmm.
We sit there at nights, watch people come in,
Mm-hmm.
by plate numbers, time, name, what time to leave.
Mm-hmm.
We turn around and go to Whitehall Police Department. A couple days later, they go for a drug bust.
Okay. All right. I'll talk to Jack. Well, Jackie's off on therapy, but I'll talk to whoever, Lauren or whoever comes to town. I'll say something to him about it. All right. Anybody else? All right. That moves us, since he is off, Jack Deal, under rehab, not rehab, but, well, I guess it is, some kind of rehab, on his shoulder. He's not here, but our rehab law director's here.
I have no report, Mayor.
All righty. Our utilities clerk is off medical issues, but our village dash officer dash administration clerk council's here. Your report.
And I'll be giving a report on Misty stuff. Obviously she's not here today, so I still wanted to give council a report of what was received for, and I just pulled a revenue status report just for the water and the sewer incomes. And I'm showing here that it has been budgeted right now from January until now, $732,999 for the water and $760,222.21 for the sewer. and we're expected to receive, we only have a couple days left for February, and there's about 700 payments that have been received thus far for the month of February. Misty will also be working with the new water operator that will be here officially on March the 1st, which is this Friday, to get him acquainted with meter reading, to get acquainted with, you know, her functions up there and how that affects his functions. So we're looking forward to having him come in on Friday on his first day to start getting acquainted with the operations.
Now, you all understand who's coming aboard. We lost Tyler, our license one, to London. We hired Lindsay, a young man named Lindsay, to replace Tyler, is what he's doing. So he's coming to work Friday, March 1st. Mm-hmm. And of course, I'll take him around town. I'll introduce him to, he's already took the short tour. I'll take him on the long tour. Then, like she said, he'll go in, learn a lot of how the water bills are taken care of so that he can step into Tyler's shoes.
Okay. So again, I'm kind of combining everything from village updates, financials, clerk to council. I also wanted to let the public know we are working on the changing of the dates for the YouTube meetings. So I know a lot of people, I know myself, each time that I go back and to review those, they still have like a last year's date. I'm working with Jack on trying to get that changed in the YouTube of how my account was set up. So please bear with me. I will come in like the next day after to change that date. But if you have any questions or anybody in the public has any issues on how to obtain or retrieve that meeting, let me know. Okay, but I'm working on getting that changed. Okay. Okay. As far as village updates, again, Mr. Lindsay will be in here on Friday, so we're eager to get that taken care of. Also, in our special meeting that we held last Tuesday, we have posted a village administration position. So anybody that's wanting to apply for that, please contact me. My information's on the village website. The village website now, Jack has been updating and putting, you know, legislation, minutes and things like that on there. So please bear with us if there's anything that the public wants to have.
It'll be a village
or need.
administrator.
Yeah, I'm sorry, village administrator.
Yes.
So if anybody's interested in that, please contact us. All the information's on the website.
And please read the qualifications for this village administrator. We need you to read, before you submit a resume or anything, the qualifications that you must have to become our village administrator. Go ahead.
All right. So on to my reports. As far as the reports, you guys will have from February, the meeting that was to have been held on February 11th. So you guys tonight will be approving those reports as well as this meeting's reports. Okay, so I know you all have received these on Friday to review those. I will be passing around the acceptance of the financial reports as presented to council, as far as the appropriation, revenue status, receipt listing, payment comparison, RETA, and there's a bank reconciliation that we were going to approve on the 11th. So I'll be passing that around too. But let me go ahead and explain to my reports, but I'll have you guys motion for those reports as well. Okay? So we'll start off with the RETA report. And again, this would have been placed in your February 11th packets. We are showing here a revenue collected for RETA income tax was $56,322.58, and you all should have a report and a copy of that.
So this is the color I get for some reason.
Yeah, that does seem kind of okay. So I can deliver yours.
Well, I can read this. It's just awful hard to read. It's
okay.
Yucky.
All right. Okay, so those reports, again, you guys have had time to review those. As far as February 11th report, the appropriation status that's dated January 31st. Again, we're only 2 months into the year, so a lot of these percentages are very low, so it's great. The general fund, which is the one that you normally talk about, appropriated and expended only 3% of that since January 1st. So that's really good. Of course, we try very hard to not spend when we don't have to. So that's the general fund. We also look at the water fund.
Which one are you on now? Excuse
On
me.
page 8. Well, this would have been from your February 11th packet.
Okay, I'll get page 8 very soon.
Okay? But again, that's 3% as well. Very good, starting for only 2 months. Sewer is 3%, 3.43%. Very good. But again, you're at the very beginning of the month or the year. Okay, the revenue status. Revenue status shows for the general fund, we are at 8%. Revenue status here also for the water department is at 6.5%, which is right on track where we're supposed to be. Sewer is 5%. And let me know if you guys need, me to answer any questions for the new ones, but I think we kind of went over this. And again, these reports from February would have been for the month of January, okay? Because it should match, and it will match, your bank reconciliation. Any questions on the receipt listings? You guys have all seen these before. You've seen the things. Payment listings. Again, I think the one thing that if people are not a part of the finance committee, you'll see Green and Sons on there. That was to repair for the Kubota. Okay? But again, all the others, same thing. We did have our fire extinguishers inspected to make sure that those work. That's a yearly expense. Okay. Comparison to budget and appropriated. That's looking good as well. That shows the positive in the general fund. Cash summary by fund for January. It shows $274,957. Okay, so any questions on that February packet? Okay, let's go on to the current one. Okay, receipt listing. Again, you won't see much of a change on here. You'll always see the village's water, sewer, and the Rita. Payment listing. The Ohio Utilities Protection Services, that's the 811 that we use for our OOPS tickets. That's an annual as well. You'll only see that one time a year. The Weller's Plumbing and Heating, that was for the repair of the HVAC that we had out at the water plant. And that was only for $500. Again, you'll see the Madison County Engineer, we paid that bill. I know we appropriated about $13,000 for the Crawford Ditch project. Again, I was able to get it for $9,000. So you guys will see that difference there as well. Okay, any questions on those?
What report are you on now?
I'm getting ready to go to the comparison of budget and appropriated.
All right.
And again, this report here is just a comparison to the budget and what was appropriated. So this is just something I like to put in there to show you guys each time what was entered in for appropriations versus what's been budgeted. So I think it's important. There's really not much to look at it because, it remains the same at times, but it's good to see what was appropriated versus what we're budgeting for. So as you can see, cash summary by fund. This was pulled from February 11th through the 22nd, which was Friday. And again, you see a great increase there for the general fund. And again, you guys will be receiving, and we will be having a meeting to approve the yearly forecast for the physical emergency, because again, we're still under the physical emergency. you guys as council are going to have to approve that yearly budget that I send to the county. So be looking, I will get with Lowell to see when we can schedule that meeting and get that
Whenever you're
approved.
ready.
Okay. Revenue status, again, this is from as of February the 22nd. And you'll see that it has increased since February the 11th, which we're right on track. Because we should be at about 25% going into March. Revenue status, again, this is money that's collected from the water and sewer and any other payments that we have. Okay, so I know we like to look at the water fund. That's at 13%. But again, we have another month of March. We will be at the 25% by the time March comes around. Any questions on that? And last but not least is the appropriation status as of February the 22nd. Appropriation means money that's been expended. We only expended 6% of that thus far, which is very good for the general fund. And then again on the water, we only expended 4%, which is very good. And also the sewer is at 7%. Okay. Is there any questions? I know I've kind of went through these fairly quickly because I know we've had 2 packets.
Looks like we're doing pretty good though.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, so that's the main thing.
Yep, the auditors are
Exactly.
very happy and satisfied. Again, I talk to them daily, and they are very, very good at where we're standing at, especially at expending. Okay. So then we also have the bank reconciliation, and this is something I know that, you know, is going to be new for Craig as well as Mike. What this is this is a bank reconciliation for the month of January. Every month I will have this, and it's usually presented to you guys on the very first meeting of each month. And I know we've went over this as far as like what you guys are seeing in the reports. This will obviously match your reports here. Okay, so it basically shows that we've reconciled. I've reconciled to every penny. If I don't reconcile to every penny, obviously you guys would be aware of this. Okay, so I would come out to you guys in formal counsel and say I could not find this penny, or this penny is, you know, obviously I don't write anything off. So if you don't see this by the first one, I'll have a report on why. So there will be nothing that's written off. I do not write anything off at all. Everything is reconciled to that penny. Okay, so this is basically saying that through my UAN system that I've accounted for everything that I inputted versus everything that was expended, as well as to the water department. Okay?
Question, are you getting any people online about what our Facebook or our expenditures are? You getting some takers on that?
No, no. I haven't received any requests from that. Obviously, that would be a public record, but just to let everybody know, we are also open checkbook.
That's what I meant.
So Ohio Checkbook is something that anybody, you don't have to have a password, you just log on there, search Mount Sterling, and it will show you everything that's been expended. It'll show you the actual check, it'll show you the description, it'll show you everything, because the Ohio Checkbook is actually linked to my UAN system. So I can't do anything in the UAE system. It's going to show everything. I can't alter it. I can't change it. I can't manipulate it. Anything that's processed through there is all put on there as form.
How far back are you going with that?
I did close out for the year 2018, so I was able to upload that the end of January. So it would have uploaded everything from 18.
So for the year 18, can they go back and look?
Yes.
That would have answered the question we had earlier, wouldn't
Yes.
it?
Mm-hmm. So all of 18 is on there, and again, you don't have to have a password or anything like that. Anybody can view that. And there also is, it went actually further back, because when we set up the program,
Yes.
it goes further back in years. Okay, so I would like to pass this around. If you guys can please place your signatures on below. And then if anybody has any questions about the reports, you can ask now, and then I'll just have the mayor ask for the motion, and then I'll pass this around for everybody to sign their name as well. But the motion will be placed as the acceptance of the appropriation status from January 1st through the 31st, and from 2/11 through 2/22. Okay, so appropriation, revenue status, receipt listing, payment listing, comparison of budget and appropriated, cash summary by fund, the reader report or reports, and you guys only have one included, and the bank reconciliation for January of 19.
I'll give you a motion to cover that.
Second.
Second it.
Thank you. Vote.
David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Lowell?
Yes?
Craig?
Yes.
Okay, just give me just a minute here and I'll fill the names in. So everybody knows where to sign. And then I'll pass that around as well. We just started that, so again, I know you guys have noticed, Craig and Mike, when you guys are reviewing the meetings in the past, we just started this probably like the last two meetings. So instead of motioning for each report individually, I obtain your guys' signatures, you guys place a roll call, then we place a motion and then roll call. We didn't do that on the minutes, but I've attained each one of your guys' individually. I think that's it for all of my updates.
Now, our next commission meeting is the 19th of March, right?
Yes, 19th at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
5,
19th of March,
yeah.
10 o'clock?
Okay, can you sign that as well?
Yeah.
Yes, that's the next Financial Commission Committee meeting. Again, that is always on record. It's at 10 o'clock here. And that's when the auditors, the treasurer's office, Mr. Martin, Mr. Timmons, the attorney generals, an attorney from the state that's appointed. So there's a lot of people that attend those meetings, or that meeting that we hold. We will be also, I will be speaking with Mr. Anderson on, again, there's some important things that we have to have completed here. The clearing of those comments too. So of course, as we're under this physical emergency, and again, I will be able to explain that to Craig and you and Mike about what those comments are. So they did an audit from 2013 to 2015, and there are comments in there that we're going to have to update policy and procedures. So that'll be something that I'll get with Mr. Anderson to schedule that, and then also get with him to approve that general forecast. But those are some important things we need to get taken care of soon. But I think I'm it with mine.
Done?
Yep.
All right. Any questions about her report?
Well done.
Thank you.
Well done. Thank
Good
you.
job.
That runs us into committees reports. Finance, Chairman Mr. Anderson.
So whenever Misty is absent, we don't have anybody to run the shop out here, and that's becoming an issue. So we've had a lady that has expressed interest in doing this, and we need to hire her. And Bill, would you give me more details on what I guess Courtney can, her name and how much she's retired lady. Okay. She has worked here. She knows what she's doing.
Yes.
And we know what she's doing.
She's retired office worker.
Yes.
I know her from the American Legion. She does a lot of stuff for the American Legion as far as computer. And Misty was off with a broken toe or something, and she was off several days, and I did not like the fact that anyone in this town comes through the front door, they want to see somebody's face at that window. They have questions about their water, about their bill, they want to pay a bill, and I know a little bit about it, and she knows a little bit about it, and Tyler would also come in. He knew how to take a debit card payment, for instance. Well, Tyler is leaving, so I asked, her name is Sue Tedrow, if she would come down and sit in the water department and learn how to take a payment or a check or something, she said yes, she would do it, but she would only do it when she would come down, learn how to do it, but she didn't want a full-time job. I don't need a full-time job. When Misty's off work, I need someone at that window. And she and I cannot be there all the time. If I'm out with the guys, she's got to jump up and run when anyone rings the bell. I guess I just need a person there when Misty is off. That's the only time she'll be in there.
And let me correct, if I may, Mr. Martin, is when he said accepting payments, she did not accept payments while she was in here,
No.
which means that you have to be bonded.
I was going to explain that.
Yeah, she was
She
only
came
doing
in-
filing.
Yeah, she only came in and did filing and stuff like that because she has to be bonded in order to take a payment.
Or to look at people's
Or
accounts.
look at their records or anything. So that's why I need to get her hired on a 1099 at $15 an hour so that she can be in there, so I can get her bonded. So when our water clerk is off, I call her and she comes in and she's in there.
Okay. Then I will give you, we've discussed this, so I understand this, so we need to fill this position. And I recommend from the finance that we hire Sue Tedrow, $15 an hour, give her a 1099 at the end of the year, or whatever period of time, and seek bonding for her through our insurance. So I guess that's four things in one motion. Sue Tedrow, $15 an hour, bonded, 1099. Do you want a limit on her hours?
Yes, that's what I was going to ask. I know it was discussed that it was a part-time position, only to be used when Misty is in absence.
Yes.
Well, I guess we must say as needed, maybe is a better word for it.
Yes, but the auditors are very aware of this. I spoke with them already. And we will be fixing that into our appropriations for the water and the sewer because that's where the salary would come out. The $15 was based upon a resolution you guys have passed months ago on start pay. So again, she would only be part-time when needed, and she's only to be restricted to a certain amount of hours.
It needs to be specifically stated in
Yes.
terms of hours. If you want 160 hours, that would be roughly 1 month. So that would be for the full year. So you want specificity as
Yes.
far as how many hours she can work per year, and that's basically because of PERS and making sure that we fall within the parameters of a 1099.
Yeah, I think the auditor suggested, he suggested hours, I suggested 160.
Okay.
That's in case that covers if
That's a
Misty just,
That's a month.
Yeah.
That's a month.
Huh?
That's a month
That's a month in a year's time.
in a year's time.
So if she goes on vacation for a couple of weeks, we're covered. If she's off sick with another foot operation, we're covered.
I'll
There'll
add
be
that.
somebody at that window.
That's the motion I'm going to have.
Okay, 160 days?
Hours.
Hours, I meant.
Again, no OPERS. There's going to be no addition to Medicare. There is no insurance involved. This is strictly $15 an hour, which was already approved at start pay.
So there's your motion.
So,
Okay, Lowell.
thank you.
And then Craig second.
Craig, second.
Okay, Dave, did you want a roll call?
Yes, vote.
David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Lowell?
Yes.
Craig?
Yes.
Motion was passed.
Very good. I'll get a hold of her.
I don't have anything else for finance unless you.
I don't think so. I think we'll get together about
Shape.
getting a time and date.
Mr. Mayor, a lot of the committees, until we get the 6th member, Craig wants to be on Pleasant Township, so,
Okay.
and I know Lowell
Pleasant or
wants
was
to
it
stay with
Fire?
the squad.
Was it Fire or Pleasant?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pleasant, he wants to be Pleasant. I
know
Lowell
when that
wants to stay
meets?
with the squad.
Do you know when that meets?
No, I know.
It meets the opposite. It meets the first and third Mondays at
First and third
7
Monday.
down here.
I know what township.
Pleasant Township Building.
Yeah.
Yeah. 7 o'clock.
But you'll get the committees once you get the
Yeah,
sixth
once we get
person?
6, and then we'll get together and we'll put them all together.
Yeah, because I don't know if we have a full committee, maybe,
The clicking of the pen
yes.
was a comment.
Yeah, Parks and,
Somebody had mentioned that they, all they hear is click, 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 click on the.
Are you jumping to Parks and Rec?
And like I said,
I don't think we have, we don't have
Well,
actually a staffed committee until
Well,
then, do we?
water and
We have your
wastewater, we
water.
still having
Yeah.
our meeting tomorrow. We have a meeting scheduled for water and wastewater. It's standing 4th Tuesday of the month, which will be tomorrow at 2:15. So we will be having that meeting. And I believe all 3 members are here. And then jumping forward to Park and Recreations, it's standing also the 4th Tuesday of the month, and it'll be at 3:30. And we have myself and Mr. Timmons, and Mr. Bennett has already been.
yeah.
Mr. Timmons said he could be on that with
I won't
with us.
mind
So that meeting will be tomorrow, and of course all meetings are open to the public. You can sit and listen. At the end of the meetings, you can comment and ask questions. We encourage that. We do have some really exciting things coming up with Park and Rec this year, and after the meeting tomorrow, hopefully our next meeting, we'll be able to share all of those activities and dates and things with those. But look for good things for Mount Sterling soon. A lot of activities.
Very good.
On the waste, water, and the water, that's the finance, the 3 of us?
Yes.
Yes, this is us tomorrow.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
And the nuisance, on the nuisance abatement, we're going to get that when the time comes, and then we'll be Parks and Rec. Then is
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow too. Okay.
No, tomorrow at 3:30.
Okay.
You and
The sewer and water's tomorrow at 2:15.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
The block watch, what I'm planning on doing at that, I am going to have a citizen committee, and I'm going to wait till the weather gets good, and I'm going to appoint a couple of captains I'm going to have from the citizens.
okay, very good. Good, we can get that thing up and running.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
On the weather break. Very good. That leads us into ordinances and resolution. Ordinance 2019-4. This is an ordinance amending the rules of council. This will be on a second reading. Does anyone need refreshed? Okay. I need a motion to,
I'll give you that motion.
thank you. Second.
Here.
Thank you.
Mike? Okay.
Vote.
David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Lowell?
yes,
Craig?
Yes.
So that's passed its second reading.
Yes.
That brings us to Resolution 2019-1, authorizing me as mayor or a designee to sign the renewal of our insurance. That's to cover all of our equipment with Reinhardt Walters Daner Insurance.
I'll give you that motion.
Thank you. Second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Vote?
David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Lowell?
yes,
Craig?
Yes.
Okay, that
Passed on second.
passed on second. Very good. Resolution 219-2, accepting the Parks and Rec consultant employee contract. That would be Jackie is on a 1099. He wants placed as a part-time employee, not to be burdened with the 1099 at the end of the year, and which passed its first reading. It'll be on the second reading. I need a motion to place 219-2 on the second reading.
You have that motion?
Thank you.
I'll second.
Second.
Becky, second.
Thank you. Vote?
David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Lowell?
no, no,
Craig?
Yes.
That
Passed.
passed its second reading. Resolution 219-3. Resolution authorizing 20 hours overtime to the fiscal officer for the person fulfilling public records. Now, if you all remember, we tabled that
Yeah.
because of the language
Yes.
that was not clear enough. So we tabled it. Now I need a motion to take this resolution off the table.
I'll give you the motion.
Thank you. A second.
I'll second.
Vote.
David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Lowell?
yes,
Craig?
Yes.
So with that said, This resolution authorizes the fiscal officer 20 hours of overtime for the purpose of fulfilling public records request in 2019. That's simply all it does. If we have a records request, you've already approved her overtime to go in there and get these records requests.
But for those that have not heard that when we had the special meeting, this is not when Courtney wants to take it. This is only at the direction and the approval of council.
Yes.
Okay, so it's not that, oh, I can take it here when I want to. That's not what this resolution is. This will be brought back to the council for a full approval and a motion to accept that. Even though you guys are motioning to accept this resolution, again, the state auditors are aware of this. They would still like to have this put on here, but again, it will come back to the council and then there will be a report, obviously by Mr. Anderson on the finance.
So this 20 hours will be on the books as the books. That money will be there. We may not use it, but it'll be there. So.
Question, this is the first reading.
This will, yes. Well, this will be
actually
as an emergency.
Okay,
So you guys will suspend the rules?
Yes.
I see it in there, but wasn't sure.
Yes.
Okay, so what I need, now that we've taken it off the table, I need a motion to suspend the rules for 219-3.
Yes.
Second.
I'll second.
Vote.
David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Lowell?
Yes.
Craig?
Yes.
Now I need a motion to place this on the first, second, third readings.
You have that motion?
Thank you. Second.
Yes.
Thank you. Vote.
Who was it? Lowell?
Lowell.
Okay. Okay, David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Lowell?
Yes.
Craig?
Yes.
Now I need a motion to adopt Resolution 219-3.
Craig?
Thank you. Second.
Second?
Thank you. Talk. Discussion.
No.
Questions? None?
No.
All right.
Only on-
vote.
David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Lowell?
Yes.
Craig?
Yes.
Resolution has passed.
Very good. You set that aside. That takes us to welcome. That brings us to we've already had the visitor comment. You missed that. So, but it brings us to round table. Anybody up here?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to say Memorial Day afternoon, I'm planning to have Mr. Mark Mason be the speaker when we open up Timmons Way.
Okay.
And it's really great for, and like I said, it's just not for them, it's for every World War II veteran, for that great generation. I want, and any veteran. I've got for a long time.
Very good.
And I just have a comment, if I may. So usually the signs are all green with the silver reflector on there. Are you guys okay with that? Because I'm just going to order it from the same
Yeah, I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
from the same company that we ordered.
Yes.
Or we normally order our signs from. So are you? I mean,
Yes, it's
that's
fine.
how all of our street signs are. I just want to make sure you guys are okay with that color.
Just
We
like
just
I
got
said,
new
just like I said, just for like two guys that came from the village and at one time they never been involved in what they did for their country and service.
Okay. Standard green and
Yeah, because we just got new signs
okay, yeah.
2 years ago.
I seen that.
I have something.
You had a comment?
Yeah, I have a little comment. The Mount Sterling Eagle Youth League has already began signing up youngsters for t-ball, softball, and baseball. And they will be having another sign up at our community center this Saturday from 10 to 2. Something new they've added, you can also go online and sign up now. So if you're unable to get there, they have several sign-ups. I'm only aware of the next one. But t-ball, baseball, softball season's right around the corner, and it's a really good program. They're all volunteers, and I encourage everyone to get the kids out there and signed up to play ball. And then one other thing, and it's still a little bit further out, but April 20th, Saturday, the day before Easter, is our community Easter egg hunt at the community center, and that starts at 10. And I'll be reminding everybody about this as we get closer, but you need to be there they blow that whistle at 10 and those eggs are gone in a couple minutes. So get all the kids out there to the Easter egg hunt. And then one last thing, I mentioned the last meeting that we were doing a community cleanup. I've just gotten some dates from the Nazarene Church. We were off by a week on the date, so I want to give the new dates, and we'll get Jack next time he's in to update the website. But the community cleanup is going to be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, April 26th, 27th, and 28th. I know Madison Plains students are coming on Friday the 26th, and that's when the whole event will start and continue through Saturday and Sunday. And so far, different organizations that have committed to help, obviously the Nazarene Church, who did a wonderful job last year, they're going to spearhead it again. The Chamber of Commerce has already committed to participate. The Market Crew has committed to participate. The Park and Recs Committee for the Village has committed to participate, and the Mount Sterling Eagle Youth League has committed to participate so far. So we're hoping more and more organizations step up and join, and as a community, you know, we can clean it up and get everything shiny for spring. And so if you're a part of any organizations, I encourage you to reach out to your people and get in contact with me through the Park and Recs probably, and then we'll get you added to the list. So we're excited.
Yes, good
That's
day.
it.
That's a good
At the
weekend.
NAS, we call that couch patrol.
And the administration has stepped up. We'll have dumpsters
Yeah, good,
available.
good,
Well,
good. Not just Park and Recs. Yes, it'll be all of the village helping.
Yes.
We'll check into the dumpsters.
We will.
We'll see if we can squeeze a little bit of money out, huh, Lowell?
Right.
We'll have a dumpster. They can use our dumpsters.
Yeah.
One for metal and one for...
So,
Well, I know last year, remember, we were able to get more dumpsters in?
Yeah, we had to have more dumpsters. How many sofas did we pick up?
Oh, 82 sofas.
82 sofas.
82 sofas.
But I think the Nazarene
it was
also had
amazing.
dumpsters at
Yeah,
their party.
they had a dumpster.
That's why they called us the Couch Patrol. It got very interesting. People had them, that you'd be surprised that people had them, wanted rid of them.
And it was great because if you couldn't get out to get them to your curb,
Yeah.
or you couldn't get them, you know, away from your house or whatever, there was a list that went around that Pastor Proudfoot had a list that they would go, and they would have scheduled times of when they would go and where they were at. So
And
Just
sa-
a
and
good
same way this
community
year.
thing when everybody works together, though, and you get all
It
these
is.
organizations together.
But this will be on the website, and we're hoping that those people that can't get in touch with the church can get in touch with Courtney or Jack or somebody through the website.
Yep.
And then we'll make sure, like, if you need your yard raked and you can't do it, somebody will come help you. So
it was a great,
yeah.
event.
I know we have one dumpster down there for metal, just for metal. You know, anything metal, you're allowed to throw in that dumpster.
We will be wearing our,
Anything
Mr.
like
Mayor,
that.
we'll be wearing our shirts so they know we're actually connected, and with some people as us come, and they're gonna know me anyway, so I can't hide.
It'll be a fun weekend. I just hope we have good weather.
Amen.
This and the Easter thing, that's always fun to watch.
That's all I
Anything else, huh? Anything else?
Becky mentioned the Easter egg hunt, and if you never watch those kids take off, I help hide them every year. It looks like a cavalry charge when that whistle blows. It's fun to watch.
It is. It is fun.
Okay, if we have nothing else, we're adjourned. Thank you all very much.
You know what time they start
First one on your belt.
Yeah?
And actually,
Yeah.
they usually seem to start 3 or 4 minutes early, no matter when I get there. They always
Any
start
other
a few
committee
minutes
you
early.
Oh, they do.
will be on
Same